Hello, I can't hear you.
Hello, you're with IndiaPostLive.com, India's first live conversation web television portal. Well, sex education has always been something that people are queasy about. They don't like to talk about it, especially with their children. Now, the issue of sex education itself being introduced in schools has been a cause of lots of debates and lots of apprehensions. Now, one school in Delhi has come out with an idea, has come out with an initiative that no other school has really come up with, and that is to spread awareness about LGBT. Again, another issue that is much rather swept under the carpet rather than being talked openly about. Let's take a look.
Breaking stereotypes, a group of young students from Tagore International School in New Delhi have come out to support the cause of the LGBT community and spread awareness among students. The campaign is titled Breaking Barriers.
The LGBTQI community is something that's totally neglected, right from the layman to the judiciary today. And the children felt very strongly about it. They saw themselves as individuals and they saw these people as individuals.
The school holds awareness sessions for teachers and students from grades 9th to 12th. The student members also participate in protests, plays and queer parades.
It's been a wonderful journey. We've learned a lot. While giving presentations, we've actually changed some mindsets to quite an extent. So it was a great learning experience.
It was really fascinating to know how some of them led a dual life.
The first day I told my mother about this project that I want to join this. She's like, "Are you mad?" But then as I went through all the workshops and everything, I kept telling her that what I learned and everything. She was very happy that I'm doing such a thing.
Schools are the place, it's like they're the pillars of the whole nation, and we are the youth. If we take up something, it's gonna affect our future.
The school authorities feel rather strongly about educating students about sexuality.
They have visited a number of schools, but yet I feel they need to open up. They need to think like we do.
This is our library section that we've created in our senior library.
Going by its motto, I am worthy, the school feels that it's the basic right of every individual to know their rights. The big question, however, remains, should other schools take a cue from this?
All right, so we are going to discuss on the entire response that this campaign has got, and to do that I have with me in my studio Tanya Bharadwaj. She is in fact project head of this LGBT campaign, and I'm also joined online by some other students of Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, and some of them are members of this campaign and some of them are not. Hello everyone. Hi, can you hear me? All right. I can see some very beautiful young children there, school students, and we are going to talk about the entire campaign and how their the responses has been. Okay, the boys don't seem to be happy when I said beautiful. Some very good-looking young people there, and we are going to talk about the LGBT issue. All right, Tanya, let me first start with you. You know, I was just watching your interview in that story that we saw, and you said your mother said, "Are you mad?"
Yeah.
Okay. Now, first of all, how did you come up with this idea of LGBT awareness? Why not anything else? I mean, there are so many issues in this world, right?
See, basically we had this thing TGELF in which we had to choose a topic on which we were gonna, build up a project. So we were researching, and it's always about women empowerment, right? So we thought this is very common now. Like everybody keeps talking a lot about it, and it's like all big words, but nothing really comes out, right? So we thought, why not see some group which is even more in a bad condition than just women. So then we came across this LGBT community on the internet, and we had some ideas about it, but then we were not really sure. So with our help, with the help of our teachers and everyone, we got to know a lot more about it. And then we went to this organization called Kriya, who work for such causes, and we got to know a lot more things in depth. And then we started doing this project in our school itself. So this was how we came to this conclusion of let's do LGBT and not just women empowerment.
All right, all right. So, and you found this out from the internet, you said.
Yes.
Right. But what attracted you? What attracted you towards this issue that you thought you want to do it? Of course, you thought, okay, women empowerment has been done to death, so something else. But what was it about the LGBT community that you wanted to discuss?
The thing that we felt was that they're just as normal as all other beings are, and we don't see why they should be discriminated against. I mean, the same thing applies for women and men. Just because of the gender, people discriminate. But out here, this is not even something like that. It's all about being yourself, and it's all about love, maybe I can put it that way. And people are going to discriminate you on that basis. Well, we are not going to deal with that. I mean, we are the youth right now, and we keep talking about all our rights and everything, and then you tell us that no, this is a person you're supposed to love, and this is the norm, so you're supposed to just blindly follow it. Then we're not going to do that.
Tanya says it's all about love and anybody can love anybody. Well, that's a very interesting thought. Let me talk to the other students of Tagore International. Okay, how many of you are members of this campaign? Raise your hands, please. All right. So let me first ask the members. Your perception of LGBT. How exactly did you educate yourselves about this issue?
Well, first of all, we had a lot of sessions with members from Kriya, the NGO that Ari just talked about. They came to us. Yeah, okay, first of all, I'm Tanya Roy. I am the assistant project head of this campaign that we've taken up.
Sure.
So come to the part how we got trained.
Right.
So as I said, members from Kriya came to our school and trained us regarding this issue. We had intense workshops with them, and that's how we came about knowing more than what we already knew about this community. And that's basically it.
All right.
Morning, ma'am. I'm Siddhi Pal.
Okay, good morning. Yeah.
Ma'am, actually, for me, LGBT is a topic that people usually don't talk about. It's a very hush-hush topic. Whenever this topic comes up, people are like, okay, this is something you aren't supposed to talk about. So we have very superficial knowledge about this topic. So I really wanted to know more. I wanted to know that why is there discrimination against this community.
Right.
So this is why I became a part of the project, and I was a peer mentor. I've given presentations for more than 20 hours in various schools.
Okay.
So.
All right. Let me get back to Tanya. Tanya, as a part of this project, what exactly did you do, and when did you start this?
Okay, so this has been 1 year now.
1 year. Okay.
So 1 year back, we were really clueless. We thought that we knew a lot about this community, but in actual, we were clueless. So we met people from Kriya. They gave us intense workshop for, I guess, more than 30 hours. Like Saturdays, every weekends, we guys used to come from home for 5 hours and used to sit and have the workshop. So we got to know a lot. And then we met members from the community. We had them in our school. We talked to them, had an interactive section and everything, and that went well. So after gaining all this information, we put them down on presentations. So our presentations weren't text heavy, like you say, like the basic corporate presentation. It wasn't like that. Just a few text, informative ones, and pictures, a lot of pictures, colorful pictures. So what we did
you
next,
go to different schools?
Yes, we did. First we started.
I think Siddhi was just
mentioned.
Yes.
We started in our school with the teachers, got their feedbacks, improvised a presentation, then went on to the students of 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. And then we went to our sister school, which is TIS East of Kailash, and we are working on going to more schools.
Great, great. Okay, let me now bring in Sanjukta Kamath. She in fact joins us from California, US. She is also a school student, and let's hear her thoughts and perceptions about the LGBT community. How, school students back there, how do you perceive this entire community? Sanjukta, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sanjukta Kamath, can you hear me? All right, I believe we have a slight communication problem. All right, we'll try and get back to her. It would be very interesting to know how students in that part of the world, in the United States, really deal with issues of sexuality and the LGBT issues. All right, okay, can I please get back to the students? Okay, I believe we're having a bit of a connectivity issue. All right, Tanya, going back to you, how was the response? Look, I'm sure, I can tell you that when I was in class 12, you are in class 12, right?
Yes.
I was clueless about any of this. Yeah, and it was not something that one would really talk about. And even now at home, even when you watch a very intimate scene on television, my mother would rather get up and walk out of the room.
Yeah.
So how have things changed in your generation, and what has the response been like?
I remember back in grade 10 when the word sex used to come up in the classrooms.
Yes.
We all used to look at each other and be like, what's going on? And we would just hope to God that the teacher hasn't heard it.
Right.
And probably bury our heads in deep, okay? But then now, after all of this campaign has been happening in the school, we guys are so casually talking about it. We are open to talk to this with our teachers. It's not a taboo issue anymore in the school because we are kind of getting inclusive and everything. So we talk a lot in the school, and if you talk in sense of the parents and everything, I think my mom's pretty chilled out by now. Because
Because initially she thought you were mad. Yeah.
In the beginning, she was like, why? Why are you even doing this? I mean, don't you have other things to do in life? I was like, Mom, I just want to do it. Let me do it. So as the presentations went on and as I kept explaining her things, she's pretty chilled now.
All right. Tell me another, very interesting thing that one must ask. When the campaigns were going on, when the workshops were, did anybody come out? Did anybody in your class or school come out and say, all right, I am homosexual?
Not that I know of, but see, we have a school counselor and everything, and we have an anonymous school complaint box. So I guess if anybody has come out, they must have gone to the counselor because
they didn't do it openly.
Yes, because this is the first time you're doing it. I mean, it's a little difficult for students to interact on the very first go about such things, but I think if any cases have come up, they must have gone to the counselor.
And was there any, I see that the other, all right, we are trying to again connect with the students of your school, the other kids. Okay, we're trying to connect with them. Yeah. What about the other, your friends in the campaign? Were their parents as chilled out later, or have you had issues? Have some of them backed out from this campaign? How has it been?
Not really. I'll tell you why. I remember the first day where we were sitting and we were discussing that about our parents and everything, and one of this person from the group, she was like, my father, he asked me not to go to the dance class because the dance teacher out there, apparently he's gay. So my father doesn't want me to go there because he thinks that if I go there, I'll become, like him.
Okay.
So that was the first thing, and we all were like pretty taken aback by that. But then,
Tanya, just hang on a second. Let me try and contact Sanjukta Kamath again. Sanjukta?
Yeah.
Hi, you're back. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, because we were trying to contact you and connect with you. Okay, thank you for so much for joining the conversation. All right, Sanjukta, I think you have been listening to Tanya and her friends talk about the LGBT campaign. Now, in fact, this is the first time that school children have actually taken it upon themselves to spread the initiative and, spread awareness amongst other schools regarding the LGBT issue, which is an issue very convenient conveniently, swept under the carpet. How has it been for you in the United States? How long have you been in the US, Sanjukta, first of all?
I have been in August, it will be 3 years.
Okay, in August, it's almost 3 years. All right, great.
Yeah.
So how do you people, and which class are you in? Which grade are you in?
I'm in 8th.
Eighth.
Eighth.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. So do you kids talk about these issues of homosexuality and transgender in schools?
Yeah, we definitely talk about it, and it's not as how Tanya was talking about it. We talk about it freely here.
All right, all right.
Pretty much freely.
All right. Now, do you have instances in your school where kids come out, and discuss openly if they have, if they feel that they are a boy trapped in a girl's body or a girl trapped in a boy's body, the transgender issues or homosexual feelings? Does the LGBT community that exists in schools probably, is it still in the closet, or are people coming out more and more?
I feel not everyone probably comes out, but there have been a couple of people who have come out and have tried to, spread the word that it is okay to come out.
All right, all right. And would you know of how bullying happens in the LGBT community? Because, studies have shown, Tanya, that LGBT communities are bullied twice as more as, students who are not members of that community. How has that experience been, Sanjukta?
I feel maybe people like to dress differently,
Yeah.
or maybe they talk differently, and maybe just because they're different from everyone else,
Right.
they get teased on for that. And maybe if they're not actually homosexual or anything like that, they still get teased and said. People spread rumors that they are because of maybe they're different.
All right, all right. Do you have any question that you want to ask to Sanjukta about how things work in the schools there?
Yeah, I mean, I was just curious to know whether you guys have, sex education in school. I mean, in your classes, do you guys have it like weekly or, once in a month or stuff like that?
We have it the last month before summer vacation. Yes, once.
What do you talk about, Sanjukta? Tell us. What exactly is it that you talk about?
We talk about, sex and how you should not have it before, a particular age and all that kind of stuff. How
All
it's
right.
not safe about pregnancy and all that kind of stuff. We haven't really, so far at least, covered LGBT issues.
You haven't yet covered LGBT issues?
Not in sex ed.
Not in sex ed. Okay, and what about, and when you have this, is it only in your grade, or do you have many students joining in from, say, a grade 8 to a grade 12 or something, or is it just grade 8?
For each grade, they will have a different presentation.
All
so
right,
depending
all right.
on how old you are.
All right. Are you aware if LGBT issues are taken up in the higher grades?
Yeah, I think they do. In high school, they do.
In high school they do. What are you studying, Sanjukta?
Yeah,
Tell us a little
yeah.
bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you studying?
I'm studying English, history, Spanish, algebra, and then science. I'm studying physical science.
Great, great. Sanjukta, do you have any friends who you believe, belong to the LGBT community? Do you have any friends?
No.
You don't have any friends? How would you react?
No.
How would you react, Sanjukta?
I would be okay with it because, first of all, if that's what they believe in, and if they feel that way, I should support them.
All right. And what?
It's not my right to tell them, you should not be like that.
All right. And what about your parents? Things at home?
But yeah, things are fine at home, and my parents believe in the same thing, so it's all good here.
All right, it's all good. It's all good. All right, Tanya. Again, have you been told by certain teachers or certain parents, other parents, that don't do this, stop this campaign, we don't want this issue to be discussed? Has any such?
Never.
Never.
There was a little bit of confusion in the beginning that would you be at this age be able to absorb all of this information in the right way? But there never has been a negative, vibe or a negative response from any parent or teacher that you shouldn't do this. It was always that you should do it, but do it slowly so that you understand things.
All right. Can the students of Tagore International School hear me? Are you guys back?
Yes.
Oh, great. All right. You just heard Sanjukta from the United States telling us about how freely they talk about sex and how they have sex education before their summer, holidays. What about you? Have any of you any experience with members of the LGBT community, whether in your school or outside? If you do, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we've had a lot of experience with them because during one of our sessions only people from that community came to us and we had a proper discussion with them. They told us about their lifestyle, what all problems they've been through.
All right.
And so that basically sensitized us a lot and helped us understand them better.
All right. Another point I want to ask, I don't know if I should be really asking you, you're all school students, but there have also been various issues where a child is abused homosexually at home or in the premises of home, Has that issue come up in your workshops with this NGO?
Well, during our training, we did have such instances where we were discussing about such examples.
Yeah.
But we thought bringing that into this campaign, that is a whole different
Absolutely.
thing altogether.
Yes, it
and
is.
that again itself requires a lot of sensitivity. So we thought we'll stick to this, but we will also keep, as we move on with more peer mentors, which are the people from the campaign who go for presentations, we will be telling them about such examples. So they will be aware. So they might or might not pass it on to others, but they will be aware.
All right. Well, all of you who feel strongly about this issue, please write into us. Your posts on www.indiapostlive.com are welcome. I will also look forward to reading your taking a look at your audio messages and video messages. Please post them to us. Also send us your tweets, #IndiaPostLive and @IndiaPostLive. The conversation will definitely continue. This is a very sensitive issue and an issue which is very conveniently not discussed in most families. All right, let me get back to Tagore International once again, the students. How many of you are non-members of this campaign? All right. Can I just talk to one of you, the boy at the back there? Can I get your feedback on how are you your reaction on the campaign? And
good morning, ma'am. I'm Ranjan.
Yeah.
I'm now a member of this campaign.
Yeah.
Ma'am, first of all, it's a great responsibility and great honor for a school to take up such campaigns. And secondly, it's really brought us, it made us humans. It made us show equality and discrimination. There's no discrimination against transgenders and LGBT people. And it's really good for us. We have become it's more of humanity in us, more sensitized, and it's a great honor for our school to bring up and to make the others and us socially active.
Okay, what's your name again?
Ranjan.
Ranjan, which class are you in?
Yeah.
Ranjan, which class are you in?
12th.
I'm in 12th.
All right. Do you plan to take this course further? Because you're not a member of this campaign, but obviously you've probably attended, presentations when Tanya and the rest of them have come. What do you plan to do after school when you go to college? How do you plan to take this issue of LGBT forward?
Well, first of all, I would like to join the campaign that has been taken up in our school. Though I'm not a member yet, I would like to join. And when I think about being into college and facing such situations, I think my school has been really made me really think about the situation where I can people not be into myself and at least social these people and not just reject them from life.
All right.
She's asking something also. Bring that topic out.
All right. I believe, all right, there seems to be some audio issue there again. All right. How have you been able to inspire other schools to really, take this up?
That's a pretty good question. We've been trying in a lot of schools.
Yeah. How's the response been? How do the principals
they're like okay, not okay with it sort of thing, because December we had the judgment out, and basically all of a sudden all of us were like very sad, and then some schools who had agreed to us to go and give the presentations, they were like, no, it's illegal now, you can't do this. But then we
Article
had
377.
Yeah. So we had to discuss with our consultants and everyone, and they said it's pretty fine, you can continue with the project. So we are trying, and in fact, I and one of my partners and Shivani ma'am, who's the project in charge, we went to OP Jindal University, and we had presented there just recently, and we are trying in other schools as well. So we're just waiting for people to open up, because out there it's like, yeah, maybe you can, or I don't think so.
All right.
That's the kind of
Sanjukta, if I can talk to you. Sanjukta is smiling over there. All right. Sanjukta, your last comments on this entire initiative that these kids have taken. They are your seniors. They are not kids for you. But yeah, your comments, your final comments on this.
I think it's really great that you guys are doing something like this. It has to start somewhere, and you guys are taking a stand and you're starting. I think that's great. It takes effort, and this is really good.
Great. Sanjukta, thank you so much for joining us on this conversation.
Yes.
Please, I would request you to tell your friends about this, and log on to www.indiapostlive and leave your comments on this issue. The Indian community there, if you have any Indian friends there, I'm sure you do. California has more Indians than anywhere else. And if they can talk about this issue and what they feel about how this issue should be taken up in educational institutes. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, let me also talk. Thank you. Let me also talk to. Yes, you were saying something, Siddhi?
Ma'am, actually, we would like to ask Sanjukta if their school can be in touch with ours and we can continue this project together.
Lovely. Sanjukta, would you like to respond?
I actually did not hear that question. Could you please repeat
All right. Siddhi asked you. Let me do that for you. Siddhi asked if your school can get in. Their school can get in touch with your school, so such similar campaigns can be done. At an international level.
I can definitely ask my principal and let you guys know.
Great. Thank you so much. So we it's already spreading through IndiaPostLive.com. Great.
Can we know the name of your school?
Yeah, it's Centerville Junior High.
That's in Fremont, right?
Yes, it's in Fremont.
All right. Okay. So you have the name.
Can you please, we could get the name.
Centerville Junior High School.
Did you get that?
Can you please spell it for us?
Centerville Junior High School.
Centerville. CENTERVILLE.
Yes.
All right. So Centerville Junior High School.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Sanjukta from Centerville and the students of Tagore International are probably going to be connecting, and they are going to be talking about spreading the campaign of LGBT awareness in those schools. All right, we have to wrap up this conversation here, but I would like to know your last comments on being a part of this conversation and talking about the LGBT campaign. Anybody? One of you? People at the back? Introduce yourself, please.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Ishwari here.
Okay, hi Ishwari.
I just want to say that we'd like to carry this campaign further. Even when we go to our colleges, we'd like to start new campaigns in those colleges as well.
Right.
So that it spreads at the whole national level.
Right.
So that's good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think it's a great initiative. In fact, even the Church of England has said very recently that homophobia must not be tolerated. And this is something that is gaining a lot of momentum. And with the initiatives of young adults like you, you're not yet adults, but young people like you, and once you become young adults, you can take this to many more people, I'm sure. Tanya, your last comments on being on this conversation?
I think I'm really honored to be here, and I wish people just get away from homophobia and just consider everyone equal and let them be who they are.
Okay. Let people be who they are. That is the message Tanya Bharadwaj from Tagore International School has for all of us. The conversation continues on www.indiapostlive.com. You are welcome to please leave your posts, your audio messages, your video messages and your tweets #IndiaPostLive and @IndiaPostLive. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Take care.